Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home.
I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Blue Jay TV, powered by Sunrise Communications here. We are on the campus of Elmhurst College inside of R.A. Fagnall Hall, where we have some doubleheader basketball action coming at you here this afternoon. It's going to be the Vikings of North Park against the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College. Luke Stanzik with you here on the call today. Dennis Bergen is on our controls, and we're going to have the women's game coming at you first right here, and then the men's game following that one. So you can see our starting lineups being introduced right now here on the court. First for North Park. We're going to give you those as they are being introduced. For the Vikings, they're going to trot out their number 5, Stead Malloy. Number 10, Jackie Rapp. Number 1, Lauren Alba Gardner. Number 22, Josie Somerville. And number 33, Jayla Johnson. And you can see the Blue Jays getting introduced right now with their lights off and spotlight introduction. Pretty high-key stuff here going on in Elmhurst College. And we are going to announce those. We'll do them as they run out here for you, as you can see it live. The 5'4" junior, number 10, Marissa Urso out of St. Charles East High School. Queen John, number 15, the sophomore out of Cypress, Texas. More on her in a minute. One of the key leading scorers for the Blue Jays. Got 5'4" junior, number 23, Kelly Wayrich. Arlington Heights, Illinois, Hersey High School product. 5'8" junior, number 24, Orlando Cabrera out of Batavia. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Blue Jays is a 5'6" senior, number 33, Lauren Goff out of Sycamore. So again, your starting 5 for both squads. You have Johnson, Malloy, Rapp, Somerville, and Gardner for the Vikings. And for the Blue Jays, you have Urso, John, Wyrick, Goff, and Cabrera. It's been an interesting go this season so far for the Blue Jays. They come into this game at 6-7 overall, 1-3 in CCIW play. And if you take a look at their schedule, it's been a season of streak so far for the Blue Jays. They lost their first 2 of the season, then won 3 in a row. Then lost 4 in a row, then won 3 in a row before having their 3-game win streak snapped back on Wednesday night out west at Augustana in a conference game. So the Blue Jays don't want this one to turn into a losing streak. They want to change that trend here as they host a pretty good Viking squad who comes into this one at 10-3 overall and 3-1 in conference play. They are actually starting to get some national recognition. They are in the others receiving votes category of the latest D3Hoops.com women's poll, as a little bit of a sloppy tip there for both teams. It goes off the foot of Wyrick of Elmhurst, and it's going to be North Park ball. Vikings are going to go from left to right on your screen. They're in their all black jerseys with the gold lettering and numbering, and Elmhurst in their all whites with the light blue lettering and numbering. Is that one stolen right away? That's Cabrera. She's going to come up court on the break. Kicks it out, now driving inside. Corner three is up. That one heavy, rebounded by the Vikings. That was number 33, Lauren Goff, from the corner on that shot. And we get a touch foul here. Actually, they're going to call an offensive foul off the ball on number 22, Somerville. Somerville, one of the main post players for the Vikings, averaging just over 6 points and 5 boards a game. She had 14 points in their loss at Illinois Wesleyan on Wednesday. So it'll be interesting if she gets into some foul trouble. That can be trouble for the Vikings. Now here come the Blue Jays driving inside. This is Wayrich, who was fouled on the baseline. So North Park picks up 2 quick fouls here to start things off. They're going to whistle Gardner on that foul. Vikings inbound it. Or Blue Jays inbound it, I should say. And here's Cabrera up top. Cabrera loses her dribble, gets it back, trying to look inside to Jean. Going to work in the post. Shot up. Shot with the left hand, miss. Rebound by the Vikings. Good nifty move right there by Queen John. John, the sophomore out of Cypress, Texas. Vikings, good ball movement. They get it inside to Johnson. Tough shot up. That one missed. Gets her own rebound, though. Put back is good. We got our first points of the day. Jayla Johnson, she is the key player for the Vikings, averaging 14 points a game and shooting 50% from the floor. That's second in the conference. She's someone the Elmhurst defense is definitely going to have to worry about here today. Driving on in for the layup, up and good on the contact. That's Kelly Weirich. No call on the foul. But she gets it to go anyway, despite falling to the floor after the tough left-handed layup. Knots it up at 2 apiece. Early on here in the first quarter, again, women's NCAA basketball goes by 10-minute quarters. That shot's missed by the Vikings. As rule was changed a couple of years ago in contrast to the men who go with 2 20-minute halves. Cabrera. Now pass out, long three-point shot. That one a little heavy. Rebound by Goff, though, and she's going to pull it back out. That was Jackie Rapp on the three-point attempt. They go inside to John. She goes up. That one's missed. Rebound again by the Vikings. That's Sneed Malloy. Now North Park Vikings lose their dribble. Now they're able to reset. Johnson dribbling up top now. They give it to Gardner. Gardner drives on in. Layup is up and good. Able to penetrate the defense. Got past Urso on that one. Gives the Vikings a 4-2 lead. Tough shot up. Oh, and it's fouled. That was again Kelly Weirich. She's showing propensity here early on to get inside the paint. They're going to call Gardner on the foul. That's already her second, so she's going to come out of the game. A couple of subs here for North Park as Gardner and Somerville come out, and entering the contest for North Park is going to be Emily Suzowski, number 13, and also his first free throw is up and good. Can't see the number of the other player. I believe that might be number 3, Angelina Villison, into the game as well. Harwood second free throw up and good, so she's got all 4 of the Blue Jay points here so far. Actually, number 15, Zakiya Newsome is the one who just subbed in. She's going to be running point guard here for the Vikings, it looks like. And here comes Johnson on the left-handed drive. Tough shot is up, missed. Ball being fought for, and a loose ball foul called on the Vikings. And we're going to call that one on Steen Malloy. So 4 team fouls here super fast for North Park, and next foul on the Vikings is going to be free throw time for Elmhurst. Pretty good crowd here on hand. Fans starting to file in as the game goes along here. Pretty rough weather out there today. Got a mix of rain and snow all morning, and by the time I pulled in here about an hour ago, it was pretty much all snow. As Jean goes up, that one's missed. Rebound Johnson. Vikings trying to pick up the pace here now. Malloy. Now here's Newsom. Driving on in, Malloy, spin move. Runs right into a wall, and it's a charge. Kelly Weirich, she's been everywhere so far. 4 points, couple of rebounds, and picks up the charge right there. And they're going to call Malloy for her second foul. So getting the Vikings in foul trouble early on here, as you can see on the replay. Just saw right there, Weirich, nice job picking up that charge. I haven't done a broadcast with replay in a while. I feel a little spoiled right now. So I got to get used to having it readily available for myself. It's Cabrera with it. We're trying to set up some offense here. Elmhurst swings it around to Weirich. Weirich drives on in. Goes down to a knee, and Jean picks it up. The North Park crowd wanted to travel there. Jean, nice spin move layup. Oh, and they're going to get her for the travel, though. Good defense on that play by number 30, Alicia Panther. Forced that traveling call. Newsom walks it up the court here for the Vikings. They're in this College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin matchup. Deep shot is good. Number 13, Emily Szujewski for three. She came into this game shooting 44% from downtown, so she's definitely the shooter on the court that the Blue Jays got to worry about. But that three is good. Answering right back is Lauren Goff. So it's been basket per basket here between the two teams as we're tied at 7. 3 subs getting set to check in here for the Blue Jays and 1 for North Park as well. So, but they have a bit of a line change here at the next set ball. Newsom drives on in. Tough layup is up, missed. Weirich picks up the rebound and now picks up the pace. Now coming up with the left hand is Urso. Now Goff, who just made the last 3 with it, gives it back to Urso in the corner. Cabrera, top of the key, drives right hand. Now dishes it off to Goff, who comes on in. Shot is up, bounces around, and it's good. Good penetration and good patience by the Blue Jays offense. 9-7, Elmhurst on top now. 4:25 left to go here in the first. It's been a very fast-paced first quarter here so far. Long three-point attempt. In and out, rebound to Jean. Again, that was Szujewski. I'm going to get that name right at some point. We'll keep throwing names out there until one sounds good. Cabrera, shot fake. Now drives with the right hand. Step back jumper. That one's off the mark and rebounded by the Vikings. Elmhurst applying some pressure off that rebound, though. Vikings able to break it and give himself a little bit of a 3-on-3 break here. Step through. Johnson is good. Nice nifty move right there by Jayla Johnson. 9-9 our score. Elmhurst hanging with this really good Viking team here early on. Cabrera. Now Urso. Goff gives it to Jean. High post. He drives on in. Tough running shot is good. A little bit of a faraway skyhook right there from Queen Jean. (11-9) Blue Jay lead. Here's Newsom. Now Rapp gets it into Johnson in the post. Now able to kick it back out of the double team. Newsom gets the extra pass for 3, and that's good. That was a good, smart play right there by Szujewski. Made the extra pass to the wide-open Newsom. And you know, if you're Emily Szujewski, they're going to be collapsing on you every time you catch the ball with having that high three-point percentage you have. So smart decision right there to make the extra pass to someone who was wide open. Goff on in. Layup missed. Ball kind of tipped around down there and rebounded by the Vikings. And here they come with Newsom. Newsom really has tried to pick up the pace ever since she's entered the game. Johnson calls for the isolation. Tough spin move is up, missed. Rebound by Cabrera. And that was some great defense by her on that drive. Urso drives on in, kicks it out. Cabrera for 3. heavy off the back iron, and here's Johnson with the board. 1:58 left to go here in the first. Now Newsom will take her time up the court. Wrap. They swing it back around to Sujahuski. Entry pass to Johnson, tipped. Now gives it to Newsom. She throws up the shot and gets fouled. Good extra pass again by the Vikings. It's going to send Zakea Newsom to the line. Whole bunch of subs coming in here now for both teams. It's like number 11, Lauren Lee's out there for the Vikings to go along with number 3, Angelina Villison. It's like for the Blue Jays, they got Mia Reese into the game, number 11. With number 5, Rolly Greifenstein. Number 34, Courtney O'Donnell into the game as well. That went up and good. The only starter remaining into the game for the Blue Jays is Kelly Wyrich. She has the ball right here. Blue Jays chasing 3. Here's O'Donnell. Pass almost stolen and knocked out of bounds. Going to be Blue Jays ball. Greifenstein to inbound. When tipped out of bounds again is North Park starting to pick up the defensive pressure here. Wyrich, the product of Arlington Heights, Illinois, with the ball now. Gets it back. Goes inside. Turnaround jumper is good by Becca Gerke. Gerke averaging 7 points a game. Gets a quick 2 there. Cuts the lead to 1. Vikings with the ball. Here's, trying to remember all my names as fast as I can here. Here's Villison. Tries to drive on in. Villison loses a handle on it, then gets it back, goes up and good. She kind of fumbled the ball a little bit, and I think her fumbling it actually faked out the defense. Ended up getting a nice look at the basket from the right side. 17-second difference between shot clock and game clock here in the first quarter, and they're going to call O'Donnell for stepping on the line. She tried to use the baseline there at her advantage. Just ran out of real estate. Josie Somerville going to check in for the Vikings. And she came out early with that foul. As North Park's going to get a chance to be pretty close to the last shot here, is just a 2.5 second difference now between game and shot. Vikings kick it out. Pass almost goes over the head of Villison, but she corrals it. Shot clock down to 10. Villison drives on it, dumps it down low to Somerville. Somerville goes up with it. That one's missed. Rebound Blue Jays. Here they come with 4 seconds left. Wayridge gets it up court. Nice extra pass. O'Donnell, could you get it off in time? She does. The shot does not go in. And that's going to end quarter number 1. So no timeouts and a lot of fast-paced action for the first 10 minutes there. And the end result is North Park taking a 16-13 lead over the Blue Jays. I didn't really have a chance to run down some of the conference information for you, as we're going to do that right now. North Park comes into this one second place in the CCIW, 3-1 in conference play. They're just a half a game back of Illinois Wesleyan, who today does not play, I believe. Now, they are off today. They're off all weekend, actually, so they have a chance here through the Vikings to move into a tie for the Titans for first place in the league. Elmhurst is in 7th out of 9 with a 1-3 conference record, but they're just 2.5 games out of first, so they got a chance to make up some ground here today too. And it's really, really early in the conference schedule. Each of these CCIW teams are going to play each other twice throughout the course of the season. Actually, the Blue Jays and Vikings are going to run into each other in another 2 weeks. 2 Saturdays from now, the 25th, they're going to be playing at North Park on the north side of Chicago. So two teams are going to be very familiar with each other, as they are every year. And we mentioned in the open how North Park, 10-3 overall, one of those 3 losses was on Wednesday. They lost to first place Illinois Wesleyan 82-51. In a pretty shocking game, the Vikings are the only team in the league that are receiving votes in the D3 poll, but you would think after Wednesday's contest, Illinois Wesleyan probably garnered some attention themselves. They're about ready to get quarter number 2 started. Blue Jays, Wayrich now. Now, Griffinstein, they're going to call her for double dribble. Yeah, she kind of double clutched on the pass there before she decided to dribble again. Some first quarter stats for you. Leading all scorers with 5 is both Lauren Goff and Zakiya Newsome. Coming up the court now is Kayla Patterson, who just checked into the game. We got a foul on Griffinstein. After she commits to turnover, picks up the foul there. Sometimes you see that happen. It tends to be kind of a trend whenever someone commits a turnover on the other end. Sometimes they commit a foul pretty quickly. Sometimes it's kind of a frustration thing. We'll see if Griffinstein can kind of refocus here. Is North Park. Wild pass is stolen by the Blue Jays. And they're going to reset with Wayrich. Now here's Griffinstein. Dribbling with her left to Wayrich. Blue Jays driving on in. Here's Gerke. Tough shot is up. That one's missed. Ball being fought for and corralled by the Vikings. 2 Blue Jays ran into each other there. Now North Park, she had a layup. Didn't see it, did Rapp. Rapp with it back again now. Now she drives with her left hand. Tough layup is up and missed. Rebound by the Blue Jays and Reese. And here's Wayrich on the break to Griffinstein. Now Reese tries to cross up Malloy. Nothing doing there. Pass is stolen by Rapp. She's going to have a clean break at the basket for the layup, and that one's good. North Park takes their largest lead of the game here at 5, and North Park wants to put on a press. Now that opens up a 3-on-2 opportunity here for the Blue Jays. Gerke with the long jumper is good. Becca Gerke 2 for 3 shooting so far here since she's checked in. (18-15) now. Vikings swinging around. Here's Malloy. Now Rapp. Rapp down low to Patterson. Patterson stepped through, and they're going to get a foul. Patterson draws the foul. We're going to call that one on. Couldn't see the number that the ref put up there, waiting to see the foul on the scoreboard. It's going to be on number 30, Gerke. That's her first. Going to put Kayla Patterson at the line for 2 shots. Patterson, a 5'5" sophomore out of Schaumburg High School. A lot of local products on both of these rosters. And I guess that's something you would expect with both of these schools being in the Chicagoland area. Second foul shot is up and good. North Park, the Vikings right there. Esther Miller tried to sneak in the inbound there. Referee told her to put the ball down. Comes Griffinstein now as the Blue Jays break the press. Interesting look on the presser by the Vikings. They had 2 guys up on the inbounder. You don't typically see that. See if that's something that continues. It's a wild pass, going to go out of bounds. Gerke was looking for, I believe, Goff on that one and ended up airmailing it a bit. It's going to be Vikings ball. Patterson. Now here's Miller. Rapp to Malloy. Now they swing it back to Patterson. Patterson guarded by Griffinstein. Patterson drives with her left. Wild shot up, going to call it off of somebody on Elmhurst. That could have been Griffinstein, also could have been number 10, Marissa Urso, who was in there on that play. It's going to be Vikings ball. Rapp with it. Drives baseline. Now Johnson with it inside. Tough shot is up. That one missed. Rebound, Gerke. Good defense right there by Jean. Griffinstein. Urso. Now Goff in the corner. She's got 1 3-pointer already. Inside. Hook shot up and good. Quayne John, 2 for 5 from the floor now. 20-17 here, our score. You can see on that replay, John definitely has a very, very good hook shot. We've seen it often here so far in this one. Good defense right here by the Blue Jays on this possession. Malloy drives on in, shot clock down to 5. Deep 3 is up and missed. Rebound Urso, and the Blue Jays pick up the pace. Urso comes up the court. Trying to enter it inside. Has to settle for a pass to Griffinstein as they're trying to get it into Gerke. Now they do, and she draws the foul. Going to call it on Miller, and Gerke's got a couple inches on Miller in the post. So smart recognition of the mismatch there for the Blue Jays. Bunch of subs here for both teams. Wyrick back into the game for the Blue Jays. Gets the ball here on the handoff. Dribbles around with her left. Now off to Goff. Cabrera back to Wyrick. Wyrick on in. Uses a left hand for 2. Kelly Wyrick, 6 points. She's drawn 3 fouls so far as well. One of those was a charge. So she's been all over the place. Johnson out to Rapp for 3. That one misses a little left, and the rebound corralled by John and a foul. That's going to be on Somerville. That's her second. Lauren Lee going to check in here for the Vikings as the Blue Jays continue to hang around. Waybrick so far 6 points. She's a perfect 2 of 2 from the field and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Nice pass right there, and John's foul on the way in. Jayla Johnson tried to draw the charge there. Believe she was inside the semicircle, and that's going to send Quayne John to the line. It's going to be Johnson's first foul as John at the line, the leading scorer on the season for the Blue Jays at just under 12 a game, makes the first free throw. She's also averaging just over 7 rebounds a game and has had 2 straight double-doubles. One of those was in the loss at Augie on Wednesday where she had 12 points and 11 boards. She's been a very productive player for the Blue Jays despite being just a sophomore. The officials are going to get together here to talk something over. I'm not quite sure what it is. They're going to remove themselves away from the players here. And I think they're actually going to not grant North Park the substitution as number 13, Suwajewski, was trying to check in, but they're going to say she wasn't at the table in time. After all that, John is shooting another free throw here, and she makes them both. And now they bring in the sub. Elmhurst takes their first lead in a while here, 21-20, after those 2 made foul shots. As they put on a bit of pressure of their own here in the full court. Gardner just checked back in as well. Nice crossover. Step through, and what are they going to call? They're going to call it and one. Nice shot right there by Gardner. Take a look at the replay. Nice crossover right there. 1-2. Got very close to putting that third foot down, but got the shot up just before it came down. Foul's going to be on Cabrera. That's her first. As Gardner completes the 3-point play. So a pretty big play right there by the junior. As Elmhurst was starting to build a little momentum. Cabrera for 3. That one short. Cabrera tries to fight for the rebound. John ends up with it. Goes right to work in the post. Shot up and missed. Cabrera tries to get it, and she's fouled over the back. They're going to call that on Lauren Lee, I believe. That's her first. Great effort by the Blue Jays on that possession. Earning a third chance here. John with it. John tries to drive on inside. She gets double, loses the ball. Going to be an offensive foul. That's number 15, Zakiya Newsom. Got herself in position to draw that one. Good job by her to get her feet set and pick up that call. You could see Elmhurst coach Stephanie Carroll trying to plead her case, Carrillo, I should say, trying to plead her case with the officials there that was a shooting foul. Gardner. Now Johnson. Newsom. Into the corner to Gardner. Thought about splitting the double team there, did not. Now she drives on in. Tough shot up is missed. Rebound by Johnson. Shot up. That one missed as the shot clock wound down, and John with the rebound. Wayrich comes middle. Outside, Cabrera puts it on the floor. Step through layup, miss. Gets her own rebound. Shot up. That one missed as well. Now John has it blocked. Cabrera scoops that one up. Now John going to try to go to work in the post. John spin move. Shot up. She's fouled. Once again, second chances and third chances for the Blue Jays. It's going to be the second foul called on number 33, Jayla Johnson for the Vikings. And Queen John, who was just here a minute ago, going to get 2 more free throws. That one's good. So John, 3 of 3 from the foul line so far. She came into this one just 56% from the line. So doing a great job here today so far from the stripe, and she makes that one as well. Villison going to come in for Johnson, and we got a 30-second timeout called by the Blue Jays. 23-23 our score. As you can see, 4:10 left to go here in the first half. Big shout-out to the Elmhurst College staff here and SID Kevin Jude, who's not in the building today, but thanks to him for inviting me here to come call this game. This is my first game ever calling here at Elmhurst College, so I'm excited to be here and be able to bring this doubleheader to you guys here today. I'm very familiar with the Elmhurst area. I went to high school precisely 2 blocks away. I went to IC Catholic Prep just up the road. I actually called the game in Elmhurst last night. I was over at the high school. So I called the IC Catholic Prep Aurora Central Catholic boys varsity basketball game for their webcast. So I'm very familiar with the area, but I've never called the game in this gym before. I've been here for some regional volleyball action way back in the day when my alma mater, the Benedictine University Eagles, were playing in the Division III regional here. I think that was the last time I was in this gym, so nice to see how it's all kind of changed and all the improvements they've made to it. Back in action here, 4 minutes left to go in the second. Johnson drives on in. John goes up, picks up the foul. They're going to get her with the body contact. And John had her hand straight up there, but a bit of a hip check there into Johnson. It's going to be John's second foul. As Gerke's going to come in for John here. I don't think they want her picking up that third foul. Johnson, who it looked like at the last time out she was going to come out of the game, but Coach Amanda Crockett and the Vikings elected to keep her on the court. That free throw's missed. Johnson, another local product, a sophomore out of Wheaton-Warrenville South High School. Second free throw by her is up, and that one rattles in and out. Rebound to Gerke. Gerke with her third rebound so far. Gerke now sets the screen for Wayward for 3. And that one's good. She's still perfect from the field. 9 points for her now. Elmhurst takes a 3-point lead, their largest of the game. That 3 is good. Answering right back, Sujahevsky. That's her second 3-point field goal so far. And we're all tied up again. And a very good back-and-forth game here so far as that pass, a little miscommunication between Urso and Goff, goes out of bounds. Newsom checks back in for the Vikings as Panther takes a breather and for the Blue Jays. Number 33, number 33, Golf comes out, and we're going to see number 32, Sophia Lathy, for the first time today. Foul called on Gerke. That's going to be her second, as number 3, Villison, tried to drive baseline there. And both teams now in the double bonus with the 5 team fouls here in the quarter, so Villison to the line for 2 shots. First free throw is up and good. So Villison, a senior from Prospect High School. On the other end, Wayrich, a junior from Hersey High School. Both those players are from Arlington Heights, so I'm sure those two have a history of playing against each other prior to college, as they're from the same hometown. I know Prospect and Hersey are pretty big rival high schools, so now they're matching up together here on the court after doing it in high school. They're doing it in college as well. Wayrich now, Urso. Urso using her right to Cabrera. Cabrera gets a lane, and they're going to call the charge. Charging call, Newsom picks it up. Foul's going to be called on Cabrera. That's her second. It looked like Cabrera also kind of hopped on one foot there. She might also travel on the play. You could have called one or the other. Cabrera is going to come take a rest after that second foul they're going to put in Reese, as fouls are starting to play a little bit of a factor in this one for both teams. Pass goes inside, almost taken away. Villison with it now. Step back jumper. That one's good. Nice move. Angelina Villison is giving this team some offense off the bench today. That's her second basket. Urso. Now Reese has it stolen, as now Reese gets it back, though. And North Park, they're going to say North Park called a timeout, while I believe that was number 15, Newsom, had the ball on the ground. I wonder if there's a way we could cue that one up. That'd be interesting to look at again, to see if, wonder if there was the timeout was called before or after. We won't have the replay for you, but that was pretty close. It's tough to tell. I personally thought that Elmhurst had already wrestled the ball away once timeout was granted. But regardless, it was a heads-up move by the North Park bench there to make sure that got called. So after the Blue Jays took a 3-point advantage, North Park has scored the last 7. And it's really been 2 of their bench players that have propelled this offensive outburst. It's been Villison and Zuzaheski. Both of them lead the Vikings in scoring with 6 points here thus far. Closing in on the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Villison drives with her left hand. And shot clock violation. And hang on a sec, the ref's going to go talk to the bench. I think the Vikings are trying to say the shot clock didn't reset. I was honestly very surprised that that's how quickly the shot clock ran out. And it is a shot clock violation. Nobody was aware that the shot clock didn't reset. So it's going to be Blue Jays ball. So after that lack of awareness of the shot clock there, it's going to be Blue Jays ball. Good shot is good by Courtney O'Donnell. Nice step through. Take a look on the replay. Her taking it from the high post and then switched hands for the nice layup. Blue Jays within 2 now. North Park driving on in. That's Zuzaheski, goes off the foot of a Blue Jay out of bounds. Tethny Carrillo really wants them to look at that one again. Here's the replay. Oh, and it is pretty tough to tell. Yeah, I think you can make a case that went off of Zuzaheski's foot there, and it should be Blue Jay ball. It'll be Vikings with it here. 15 on the shot clock. Driving on in. Newsom layup good. So the Vikings take advantage of the second chance there. Newsom with another tough basket. Urso tried to drive on in. She's going to pick up the foul. That's going to be on Villison. And again, double bonus time for both teams, so Urso going to go to the line. Urso offensively today, 0 for 1, but comes into this one averaging 9 points a game. So see if the Blue Jays can get her going a little bit in the second half as she hits that free throw. Second foul shot by Urso. That one in and out. Rebound by the Vikings. They come up quickly. Villison all the way in, kicks it out to Krzyzewski in the corner, but it doesn't matter because guess who it is again picking up another charge? It's Kelly Wayrich. Second charge of the half. And that's going to be Villison's second foul. But Wayrich has been the player of the game thus far here for the Blue Jays, for sure. O'Donnell with it. Now Wayrich. Crossover. Now Urso, shot clock down to 8. Urso drives it in. Tough shot is up. Oh, can't get it to go. That was just a great effort just to get it up around the rim as she was amongst the trees there. She's going to go to the foul line. Newsom called for the foul. That's going to be her first. Urso sinks that free throw. Goff getting ready to check in for the Blue Jays. Second free throw up and good, and Goff's going to come in and get Sophia Lathy. Vikings with the ball, protecting a 1-point lead here as we close in on halftime. Newsom. Now Panther. Throws a high pass, but it's corralled on the other end. Now they get it back to her. Panther fumbles the pass, and it's stolen by the Blue Jays. And it's almost stolen right back. And they're going to give it to Wayrich, who's going to slow things down. O'Donnell almost lost the ball there as Villison almost was able to get the steal, but Blue Jays get it back here with 7 seconds. Shot is up. That one rolls around and good. Maria Reese off the assist, and we're going to go to halftime. Nice find right there on the drive by Kelly Wayrich. Found Reese, who was open for the shot, and Blue Jays take a 1-point lead here, 33-32 heading into halftime. So we're going to step aside for a bit, go to half, with, again, the Blue Jays up top, 33-32.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Scotty Williams takes his place in the Hall of Fame as the most decorated football player in Elmhurst College history. From 2009 to 2012, Williams rewrote the Elmhurst record book, cementing his place as one of Elmhurst's all-time greats. A 4-time All-Conference selection, Williams earned first-team All-Conference honors for 3 straight years from 2010 to 2012. He set a single-season rushing record in 2010, only to break it in 2011. During his senior year in 2012, Williams torched his own record again, rushing for 2,046 yards and 22 touchdowns while leading the Blue Jays to the NCAA playoffs for the first time in school history. Named the CCIW's Offensive Player of the Year in 2012, Williams finished his career with 5,203 yards and 50 rushing touchdowns, breaking the previous rushing record by more than 1,600 yards. Tim Lester, now the head coach at Western Michigan University, was the Blue Jays head coach for all of Williams' time at Elmhurst. Lester knew he had someone special in Williams.
Scotty was a special running back talent-wise. I mean, low center of gravity, great feet, great drive, great ball security. But his ability to keep his balance. I mean, there were times that he would disappear behind his O-line, which was huge, and he wouldn't go down. For a little guy, he ran like a big back, and it was fun to watch.
Chris Kirkpatrick was an all-conference and all-region center for the Blue Jays during the Williams era, and he knows how important Scotty was to the success of the team.
Scotty would tell you that he was a cog in the machine, and that goes back to his humble attitude towards things. Scotty was so important to our success. As we became juniors, seniors, Scotty was no longer just the stud player that was quiet and worked hard. He became vocal. Not many people know that. He was the voice in the huddle. And that voice coming from the best player and arguably best person on the team, that led us through some of those tough games.
Elmhurst College's Director of Sports Information, Kevin Juday, covered Williams from the press box. He witnessed firsthand just how hard he was to stop.
No matter how hard an opponent tried to key on Scotty to slow him down, it just was really too difficult for them to stop him. There was a game against Illinois Wesleyan on a 4th and 1 just inside the Illinois Wesleyan 40-yard line, and Elmhurst decided to go for it. Everyone in the stadium knew that Scotty Williams was going to get that ball, and Illinois Wesleyan stacked 11 guys in front, goal line defense, and Scotty just blew right past everybody, broke a tackle, was off to the races, and Elmhurst was off to the playoffs.
Lester remembers the same play as well, but for a different reason, as the play elicited some rarely seen emotion from Williams.
Got in the end zone. He did one of these, which was hilarious because I've never seen him show any emotion when he scores. And normally the line showed the emotion. He just ran over and hugged all the big boys. But when he showed a little bit of swagger for the first time in his 4 years there, it made me laugh, made me smile, made me think that he was having a ton of fun at that moment to get the ball in the biggest moment to accomplish our goal. And he popped one and then, had a little fun in the end zone, which I'll never forget.
Williams' success in 2012 culminated in him taking home All-America honors and becoming the first Elmhurst player to win the Ghilardi Trophy, an award honoring the top player in Division III football.
To win the Ghilardi Trophy, you have to be a great player, a great student athlete, and a great human being on top of it. And Scotty Williams checked every single one of those boxes. Everyone knew about what he was doing on the field that year, but he was also an academic All-American, and he was also actively involved in Habitat for Humanity and several other service groups. And he was one of the most humble student athletes I've ever met in my time at Elmhurst.
As humble as Williams was, Kirkpatrick also remembers Scotty joking around with his teammates.
Our senior year against Milliken, which was kind of a fabled game for us as we had to go into overtime and overtime again, and Scotty broke loose for a 99-yard touchdown run. We had given him a lot of grief over the years, including Coach Lester, about getting what we called hawked in the open field, caught in the open field, and he wasn't letting himself get caught that day. And after he scored that touchdown, as humble as he is, he was letting us know that he didn't get caught from behind.
Williams holds several titles already: record-setting running back, All-American and Ghilardi Trophy winner. But today he adds another title: Elmhurst College Blue Jay backer Hall of Famer.
Having digital media skills is going to make a student, when they graduate, more employable. Whether they were a digital media major or a biology major, they're going to have the skills that they need to be able to tell a digital story. So they will all take a course called Digital Storytelling and a course called Story Structure. It requires communication and collaboration and innovation, and these are skills that they will be able to take with them whether they continue to work on a media project, whatever field they go into, or just life itself.
Embark on a journey to a new future with an advanced degree from Elmhurst College. Whether you want to take your career to the next level or discover an entirely new direction, Elmhurst College has a graduate program for you.
12% of our population have a master's degree. We're in a period of specialized master's degrees.
The advanced degree is a time to get more specific into some areas that you're interested in.
I believe that when you're looking for a graduate degree, you have to be ready.
You need to do some exploration up front to get some idea of what's possible, what people on the outside want and are interested in, and to begin to think about how that may match with your own abilities and interests.
Spend some time thinking about what they're passionate about, what they really enjoy, and what they want to learn more about.
But it's people that may want to better themselves in their career. They might want to look to another industry or maybe even another career. But many are coming just for that personal achievement. It's something they always wanted to do.
At Elmhurst, we believe the educational journey should be student-centered. You'll notice that difference from the moment you connect with us. You'll join a network of professionals and peers who will support you throughout your studies and your career, connecting you with employers all over the Chicago area. You'll hit the ground running, tested, proven, and ready.
I think part of the reason that a person would want to go to graduate school is so that they can get launched into their professional niche. We're able to really get to know our students personally and professionally and really challenge them, push them, and support them in all the ways that graduate students need support.
And we're also in a good position to help you clarify for yourself what your goals are, what your strengths are, what the possible matches might be for when you're done, and we will work with you to do that. So that sort of personal touch, I think, is more than just a saying here. I think it's very real in the way that we relate and interact with all of our students.
And we also help with job placement. The CPE, the Center for Professional Excellence, has been good in helping with resume building, job interviews, whatever it may take.
Our program directors will support you through every step of your journey. Elmhurst faculty aren't just experts in their fields, they're dedicated to expanding your reach with fieldwork, professional connections, and real-world experiences.
We know you. I, as program director, know every single individual who's in the program. I know why they're here. I know what they're looking to do. I know their stories. I know when situations come up that might require us to be a bit flexible and adaptable.
We really have a lot of fun, and we're really good at supporting our students through this rigorous program.
The teachers are phenomenal. I can't ask for a better school to go to.
By train or by car, from city or suburbs, our campus is easily accessible. And our proximity to Chicago, a world-class metropolitan center, means lots of opportunity for consulting projects, networking, and career advancement. You'll love the flexibility of part-time and evening options that allow you to move at the pace that works for you. In fact, some programs are offered entirely online.
We're easily able to give individualized attention to our students. We can really personalize their education.
Also connect our students with our alumni, building those relationships with their peers, building those relationships with their faculty members. Those students are able to make those connections and build lasting relationships for the future.
One of the things that inspired me within Elmhurst is to take on bigger responsibilities. I'm taking a lot of experience from the things that everyone else has done and from this cohort and from Elmhurst and trying to develop this in our company. So overall, it's been a great experience.
You know, if your company now values you, just wait until after you go through the full program. There's absolutely no way I would be able to do what I'm doing now without this program.
Your journey builds on the students who came before you at Elmhurst, founded in 1871 but ready for the future. So come tour our historic Arboretum campus and check out our top-notch facilities, from our state-of-the-art nursing simulation center to our speech-language hearing clinic and our small hands-on classrooms. You'll gain the skills you need to succeed.
Graduate school is affordable, and I think more to the point is a good value.
I think it's an investment in your future and an investment in a field that you are passionate about and want to pursue.
We know that going to college is a huge investment. You put your trust and time in Elmhurst College, and we do the same. You invest in us, and we invest in you.
I'd love to tell students not to look back. You want to always look forward, and they tend to gain momentum as they get into the program. At the end, it's just a wonderful thing when you're handed that diploma and you're able to celebrate with all your friends and family.
Pursue your graduate work at Elmhurst College and take that life-changing journey to your successful future.
would say the typical student, however, might be someone who says that they like GIS, maybe they've had a taste of it somewhere in a previous class. We have geography majors, political science majors. They might have specialized in environmental studies or biology. We even have people in economics and healthcare, military people. In the military currently, the people can come in almost with any kind of a background because it's going to be applicable in understanding the spatial distribution of whatever it is that they're looking at. The software that we use for the most part of our program is Esri's ARC Suite, I want to call it. And so a lot of programs that are done in ArcMap and ArcPro connect into a cloud platform in ArcGIS Online. So we incorporate all three of those. A lot of students enjoy programming, and so they'll enjoy it, like the Python and the geodatabases course, and that's maybe the job that they're going to be doing, maybe even writing algorithms. Other students really like the cartographic aspect. They like making maps, and so once that data is collected and put into the GIS system for analysis, they're the ones that get to manipulate the colors and the lines and the shapes, and sometimes even produce maps that'll be printed or put in web settings. Once you become more proficient in GIS, there's actually different jobs and different opportunities. Someone who really tends to like the satellite imagery or LiDAR, they might be more interested in focusing on remote sensing. Other people really they're much more into the GIS, where they can download data, you can get real-time data. Those people tend to become GIS technicians or analysts. We have people who really like to be out in the field, and so they might be more into the data collection. It's one thing to go into the program thinking I want to be a GIS analyst, but it's another thing to keep your mind open that there really are a lot of possibilities.
Welcome back here to Blue Jay TV, powered by Sunrise Communications here at Elmhurst College. We're at halftime of our first game of our doubleheader, our women's basketball game. It is Elmhurst on top of North Park, 33-32. And that was about as even of a first half as you can get. The numbers tell the story of that one. The Blue Jays lead in rebounds by 5, 17-12, but shooting percentage is almost identical. Elmhurst shooting 44% compared to 45.8 for the Vikings. Take a look at assists. Both teams with 4 assists. 7 turnovers for North Park, 9 turnovers for Elmhurst. So the two teams have really played even basketball thus far. And here we are getting underway in quarter number 3. They get it inside to Johnson right away. Johnson goes up, draws the foul. That one's going to be on, I believe, Cabrera. It's going to be foul number 3 on her. It's going to send Johnson to the line for 2. Johnson, first half, 4 rebounds, just 4 points, and that's on pace to be well off of her average of 14. So the Blue Jays have definitely executed a game plan on her so far today as she knocks down free throw number 1. Leading the Blue Jays in scoring in the first half was Zakea Newsom, who had 7. They also had Emily Shujaheski and Angelina Villison. Each had 6 as that one's missed, and John picks up the rebound. So the 3 leading scorers for the Vikings all came off their bench. For the Blue Jays, they were led by Kelly Wayrich, who had 9, and Queen John, who had 8 points. As the Blue Jays with the ball. Now here's Cabrera driving. Drives baseline. Reverse layup miss. John with the rebound. She goes up with it. Misses. That gets her own rebound. Third time a charm. No. Fourth chance now. 3-point shot by Urso. That one's missed. They get another rebound. My goodness, it's an offensive rebounding machine right here for the Blue Jays. They hand it off. Wayrich. Nice no-look pass for 3. That one missed. Rebound Vikings. Boy, nice find right there by Wayrich. Blue Jays just could not get a bucket to fall there on that possession. They had a bunch of good looks at it. Vikings, that one hit in the air. Wayrich tries to steal it. Gene was in there as well, but the Vikings pick it up. Somerville layup good, and they're going to wave it off. They're going to call the foul on the ground. That's going to be on, I believe, on Lauren Goff. And here's a look at the replay. And no, that's a good call. You can see right there. That was well before the shot went up. Nice job here by the near side official to make that call from as far away as he was. So Goff picking up her first foul. They go inside to Johnson. Tough shot is missed. Rebound by Goff. And you could see how the size of Gene has been bothering Johnson all game. And Gene gets that one to go. Queen John, I should say. And I keep messing up that last name. But you can see, nice layup. Kind of barreling her way into the lane there. She's now got 10 points. Elmhurst leads by 2. Malloy. Goff keeps it in bounds. Can she get to it? Picks it up. Gives it to Wayrich on the break. Draws a foul. Elmhurst has come out here in this half. Take a look at the replay. Once again, their effort, I would say their effort level was higher than North Park's in half number 1, and they've almost multiplied it here in half number 2 to start things off. First free throw up and good for Kelly Wyrick. That's her 10th point of the game. Hersey product, second free throw. That one's good as well. Elmhurst opening up a 4-point lead here as Somerville checks back in. And Wyrick, almost gets the steal. And now here come the Vikings. They got a 3-on-2. Malloy to Somerville. That one up and good. Somerville just came off the bench, gets a quick 2. Makes it 37-35. Here's Urso. And we're going to have a foul on, I believe this is going to be on Griffenstein. You can see that number 5, Malloy, kind of was pushed off her heels there. Kind of fell backwards a little bit, so we're going to get Griffenstein on the call. Vikings try to dump it inside. Johnson got good position on Goff, and she scores. Good find by Snead Malloy. You can see on the replay right here, a great entry pass, good positioning. And we're all tied up. Wayrich gets penetration again. Now here's Urso. Urso, Goff for 3. Doesn't get that one to go. And Newsom looks up court to Johnson. Johnson stepped through. That is good. Wow, what a move by Jayla Johnson. Check this one out. Just stepped through around Urso for the layup, and that's going to prompt an Elmhurst timeout. It's a quick 6-0 run here from the Vikings. Has the Blue Jays a little bit off guard here. I think it's a good usage of the timeout right here by Bethany Carrillo to stop the momentum here for the Vikings a bit. So, other action in the CCIW today. Got North Central taking on Carroll in battle of a couple of 1-4 conference teams. Carroll leading that one 37-32 middle of the third quarter. Also at 5 o'clock, we had a matchup scheduled for Carthage and Wheaton, but I'm actually just seeing now on my screen that game's been postponed. I would imagine due to the winter weather. So these are, this game and the Carroll North Central game, the only 2 CCIW contests. Tomorrow, we have Augustana taking on Milliken in the other weekend matchup. In the first place, Illinois Wesleyan Titans are idle all weekend. Back in action now, here's Goff. Now O'Donnell, who just checked in. Wayrich, shot clock down to 7. Griffenstein drives with her left hand. Good move, shot missed. Ball being fought for, going to go off the foot of North Park, out of bounds. And these second chances have just been very key. The Blue Jays out rebounding the Vikings on the offensive glass, 8-2 here in this one. John gets it inside to O'Donnell. High post, low post action. That shot is blocked, though, by Johnson, and here come the Vikings. Newsome. Now Johnson. Nice move right there. Gene comes over, commits the foul. Now you can see right there that Johnson, nice little hesitation move. Had O'Donnell there on roller skates a little bit, and she goes to the line. And I mentioned just after halftime how Johnson had a really quiet first half for her. And she has definitely awakened here in the second half. 6 points already here in the first 3.5 minutes. And she knocks down a pair of free throws there. The Vikings back up by 4. Elmhurst trying to pull off what I think most people would say might be a mild upset here against North Park. John drives on in, picks up her dribble, now finds Wayrich. Wayrich drives inside, falls to the floor, draws the foul. Foul's going to be on number 15, Newsome. As Reese checks back in for the Blue Jays. And I should say that the record probably doesn't indicate how strong Elmhurst is, as this is only Kelly Wayrich's 4th game of the season. She was out the first couple, so they're obviously a much better team with her on the court. O'Donnell driving, and they're going to call her for the travel. O'Donnell tried to put a move on Somerville there on the near side block. Oh, Newsome, the junior out of Glenbard North, brings it up the court. Pass, almost stolen right there by the Blue Jays. Newsome, now Somerville. Tries to drive down the baseline, shot up and good. So it's been Zakiya Newsome and Jayla Johnson for the Vikings here in this third quarter that have built the 6-point lead. It's the largest lead of the game now for either team. Wayrich comes open for 3. And that one's good. Kelly Wayrich for 3. Whenever the Blue Jays have needed a bucket or a play today, it has been Kelly Wayrich who's provided it. 12 points for her now. That one, almost stolen by Griffinstein. Goes out of bounds. I should correct myself. That's, I believe, 14 points for Wayrich after that made 3. She hasn't missed a shot yet. She's 4-4 from the floor, 4-4 from the line. Not a bad shooting day for her, I'd say. We're going to have another foul. This is going to be on Goff. I think that's just her second. So for the Vikings, as Jackie Rapp checks back in. Somerville's going to head to the bench, who had a very productive quarter. Somerville, all 4 of her points have come in this 10-minute segment here. That's the 15th foul for Elmhurst, so that's going to put North Park in the double bonus. And actually, they're going to say Somerville's got to come out to the court because she's the one who was fouled, and she's kind of limping out there a little bit. Josie Somerville, a 6-foot sophomore from Georgia. First free throw is up and good. But imagine here after this foul shot, if it's a good one, that they're going to insert Rapp back into the game for Somerville. And that's exactly what they do. So 45-40 here with 5 minutes left to go in the third. This is Urso with it. They tried to dump it inside, and it's stolen by Johnson. They were looking for Gerke down low. Johnson kicks it out. Almost a step-back 3. Now they find Malloy for 3. And that one's good. Nice find right there by Emily Szujaheski. And she's come off the bench and made a lot of plays for them today. the sophomore from Taft High School in Chicago. Urso, now Gerke. Gerke faces up, puts the ball on the floor, tries to clear some space and does, but misses the shot. And we're going to get a loose ball foul on the Blue Jays. That's going to send the Vikings to the line. Urso's second foul, and the Vikings have a chance to extend this to a double-digit lead for the first time today. And Coach Tethany Carrillo was not happy. She is absolutely barking that there should have been a foul on the shot attempt. And the officials are going to discuss something here. Actually, they're going to confirm the foul's on number 10. I think they were just making sure the foul's on the correct person. Tethany Carrillo, this is my first time seeing this Elmhurst team, and she seems like a pretty mild-mannered coach, but not happy about that call. Second foul shot. That one's heavy, but it's rebounded by Johnson. Jayla Johnson has been awesome here in this third quarter. Now she faces up here, drives on in. Tough shot is up and draws another foul. That one's going to go against Gerke. And take a look at the replay here, and Queen John's coming to the table. She's about to check into the game because ever since she's come out of this ball game, Jayla Johnson's kind of had her way on both ends of the floor. So John coming back in, who does have 3 personal fouls, so she's got to be careful. And she's been very important to the Blue Jays here in this one in slowing down Jayla Johnson. Johnson here already attempting her 7th and 8th free throws of the game. That one's good. 6 of those 8 have come here in this quarter. So 50-40 now our score. Elmhurst trying to stop the bleeding here. Wayrich drives in and we got a foul. Call that one on Rapp. That's going to be her first. As Sophia Lath checks in, and they're going to give Mia Reese a breather. Wayrich takes the handoff. Now dribbles left. Wayrich all the way in, draws the foul. Now Wayrich is awesome with her left hand. Seen her had several left-handed drives here today. This is a really good core this Elmhurst team has. You got John's a sophomore. Wayrich is a junior. Cabrera's a junior. First free throw is up and good. Really the only senior who today has seen any minutes have been Gerke and Goff. So this is a Elmhurst team that's going to see a lot of people back next year too. That shot's up and missed, so Wayrich finally misses a shot attempt of any kind. It took her almost 30 minutes to do so. 50-41 now. Johnson out to Malloy for 3. That one's missed. Rebound, Lath. And now here come the Blue Jays. Kick it out to the corner. Wayrich for 3. Misses that one. Rebound, Johnson. Vikings with it with Rapp. And now Newsom as the Vikings going to slow it down here. Newsom directing traffic. Rapp. They're trying to find a way to get this into Johnson. And now they do. Now she kicks it back out to Malloy. As they've gone to a zone here. Here's a three-pointer. That was partially blocked by Wayrich. Here come the Blue Jays. Goff. Now Lath. Lath with their left hand now gives it. Urso wide open lane. Layup is up and missed. Rebound Vikings. And here comes Johnson. Johnson, high dribble there. No call. Thought there could have been a carry. They swing it around. Now Malloy comes on in. Johnson, mid-range jumper missed. And now the Blue Jays are going to slow down the pace. A lot of fast-paced action there the last few possessions. No points to show for either team. John puts it on the floor. Tough shot is up and missed. It's been a really fun battle today between Queen John and Jayla Johnson. And it's one that, assuming John stays at Elmhurst and Johnson stays at North Park, you're going to see that happen at least 5 more times throughout the course of their careers, as Johnson's just a sophomore and John's a sophomore. Definitely two of the better post players the CCIW has to offer. John makes a 1 of 2 there, and rebound by North Park and Johnson. Closing in on 2 minutes now here in this entertaining third quarter. Now Johnson spins away. Tough layup is good. Wow, there she is again. Jayla Johnson. Watch a spin move right there to get herself open. Now here's the Blue Jays. They drive on in. Wyrich goes down low to Goff. Goff to Urso. Now she puts it on the floor. Nice dump off pass. Layup is good. Nice play right there. Good ball movement. Lath the beneficiary. Nice offensive play by the Blue Jays. High post now. Malloy wanted to take it. Right, they get it to Villison, who just checked into the game. Villison to Johnson. Mid-range jumper, good. She's got every aspect of her offensive game on display here in the third quarter. 54-44. Johnson now 16 points, 12 in the quarter. John up and a foul. The ref pointed back. I think they call this on the ground, and they do. Jayla Johnson, though, picking up her 4th foul. Actually, they are going to call the basket good. And that's a huge foul right there, as Jayla Johnson, who has been everything for the Vikings here in this quarter, has to go to the bench with her 4th foul. John hits the free throw. So John now with 14 points. 6 of 7 from the line. Wyrich with 15, so they've combined for 29 of the 47 points here for the Blue Jays thus far. Inside of a minute now here in the third quarter. Vikings, they get a screen from Somerville, nothing doing there. Here's Malloy. Trying to dump it down low, and it's stolen. Good anticipation by Urso. Urso now looking for numbers, doesn't have any. She's going to slow it up, run some offense. They're trying to get it inside to Gerke. And she spins the other way, and it's stolen. And now here comes Malloy. Malloy to Rapp. Rapp layup up, she's fouled. Urso commits the foul. And on the other end, that's a great spin by Gerke. She spun one way, and the pass went the other way. And then ended up being a turnover, even though both players had the right idea for the Blue Jays. It ended up as a positive for North Park. Jackie Rapp misses the first here at the foul line, and free throw shooting is becoming a story here for both teams. North Park 14 of 20, while Elmhurst is 14 of 17, and North Park's missed the lion's share of those free throws here in the third quarter after they make that one to split a pair. And we got a foul. Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul. I think they're going to get Gerke here on the call. Actually, it's going to be on Sophia Lathy. She's going to come out of the game. And it looked like Elmhurst was going to hold for the last shot, but now North Park's got a chance to make this a double-digit game again, heading into the fourth. Urso picks up full court. Now they give it back to Rapp. 10 seconds now, down to 8. Villison going to try to take Wayrich herself. Down to 2, down to 1. Layup is up and good. What a move. What a play by Angela Villison. And we had mentioned this before. She gets past Wayrich. Wayrich and Villison from the same hometown and from rival high schools. So You can see the reaction of Villison on that layup. Pumped about that one as it put the Vikings up 10, 57-47. Here after quarter number 3. 25-point quarter right there from the Vikings. It's a pretty impressive numbers. They outscore the Blue Jays 25-14. Take a look at some of our team leaders now. You got, for the Vikings, 16 points from Jayla Johnson. She had 12 in the quarter overall. For the Blue Jays, 15 points from Wyrich, 14 points from Queen John in just 19 minutes. John's also got 5 rebounds to lead the Blue Jays, while Johnson's got 5 rebounds to lead the Vikings. Again, our other game in the CCIW, 1-4 Carroll taking on 1-4 North Central in Naperville, and Carroll leads that one 48-45 with 7:55 left to go in the fourth. Also around Division 3, so we can get a score update on some of the bigger matchups of the day. Some finals from earlier in the top 25. Number 16, U of Chicago beat Wash U 78-64. Got an upset. The Kings defeated number 20 DeSales 55-54. So if North Park, a team that just outside the top 25 nationally, so you're looking for some of those bottom teams in the rankings to lose. So that loss by number 20 DeSales could open up a spot in the top 25 for North Park if they're able to hang on and win this game. Now we're back here for the fourth quarter. It's the Blue Jays with the ball to start. Nice pass. Urso layup good. Wyrich with the assist. So Urso, that's her first made field goal of the game. 5 points for her now. 59-47. Wrap. Might have had a shot there. Didn't look at it. Now Somerville backing down. John, tough shot up and missed. Rebound goes to Urso. Urso goes inside to John. John, spin move, goes up with the right hand, rolls around, and it's good. 2 quick baskets for the Blue Jays, and there's another look at John's nice little fadeaway jumper there from the paint. 57-51. Villison, as they try to attack this zone, does the Vikings. They go inside. Villison, layup is good. Villison now with 10 points. Villison came in averaging less than 6 points a game. She has been great offensively off the bench. They go right back to John, and it's good again. Queen John going to be the focal point of the offense, it looks like, here for the Blue Jays in the fourth quarter. Blue Jays playing tough defense here. Villison tries to break the zone with the mid-range jumper. It's missed, and on the ground is John. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession belongs to North Park. I believe that's might be our first jump of the game. I can't remember another jump ball this far. It's going to be North Park ball underneath the basket here after a jump. Something to watch for here. Actually, we're going to get, they're going to put 20 seconds back up on the shot clock. There we are. Something to watch for here is how long do the Vikings decide to keep Jayla Johnson on the bench with those 4 fouls. Villison almost has that stolen. Now here's Gardner. Back out to Villison. Villison, wild pass stolen. Wyrich. Wyrich has to pick up her dribble. Villison, tough defense. They get it up to Urso. 8 minutes left to go now here in this one. Wyrich. North Park trying to enter it inside to John. Good denial by Somerville. Goff, shot clock down to 6. Loses her dribble. Ball stolen. Initial tip by Gardner, and here comes Malloy. Malloy now. Villison, tough layup. That one missed. Rebound by John. Here come the Blue Jays. Urso to John. John, tough shot, draws the foul. She's going to go to the line. Here's a replay. And John tried to step through. You could see that Wayrich was calling for the ball behind her, open for three, but the way John's been playing here in the fourth quarter, having her taking as many shots as possible probably isn't a bad idea, as Villison going to go to the bench here for North Park. And first free throw is up and good. Villison leaves with 10 points. She came into this game averaging 5.8, so she has done her part today for them. Second foul shot by John is up and good. So give that 20 points now on the game here for Queen John. She's got a 20-9 output here. Elmhurst back to within 4. It's the closest they've been in a while. Gardner shot up and good. Lauren Alba Gardner makes it a 6-point lead again for the Vikings. John tries to go to work again. Another tough shot is good. Queen John cannot miss right now as North Park calls a timeout. Queen John so far in this fourth quarter has pretty much told the team, get on my back, I'm going to bring us back in it. It's exactly what she's done. As 22 now on the game for her, and you got to think that North Park has to turn back to Jayla Johnson here at some point. Again, the key player for the Vikings who has been on the bench with 4 fouls. Just take a look at some of the plays that John has made thus far. Johnson on the bench with 16 points, and her and John have been matched up on each other pretty much all game. But about the last 5 minutes or so, Johnson's been on the bench, and John has just absolutely gone to work on offense. And it's interesting because prior to that, it was John who was getting a bit of a rest, and she had 3 fouls. And as soon as she came out of the game, Johnson went into attack mode and scored all of her points. So again, we'll see how long they decide to keep her out of the game. And just as I thought, Johnson has now entered back into the game for North Park. That didn't take very long. They are going to give a breather to Malloy here, though, who has been out there for a while. Elmhurst pretty much goes with the same unit here, except I believe Cabrera's checked back in. So 61-57. Elmhurst trying to knock off the second-place team in the CCIW, North Park. Ball being swung around here. They're looking for Johnson inside. Cabrera. Layup is up and good as he actually drive past Cabrera. Excuse me, that's number 15, Newsom. 63-57. Wayrich gets the screen, now goes up for 3. That one's missed. Rebound by Johnson. And now here comes Gardner. 2-on-2 break. Gardner going to get the basket and a foul. Wayrich tried to pick up her 3rd charge of the game. Did not get the call. Let's take a look at this replay. And yeah, it looked like her feet were still moving a little bit. So Gardner at the line, who very quietly has had a really nice game here, 9 points. Missed that free throw, though, but the rebound to Somerville. She goes up. That's missed. Rebound Cabrera. 4-0 run here for the Vikings as the Blue Jays trail by 8. Cabrera drives on in. Pass Johnson, layup good. And you can see Cabrera taking advantage of Johnson right there. Johnson playing off. Doesn't want to pick up her 5th foul. Cabrera, good recognition to attack her right away. Long 3 for North Park. That one's good. 3rd three-pointer of the game for Zuzahesky. So North Park extends the lead back to 9, and we get a timeout for Elmhurst. Emily Zuzahesky has not shot often today, but when she has, she's been great from out there. 3 of 5 from the floor, 3 of 5 from downtown for 9 points. And we mentioned a little earlier, she came into the game 2nd in the CCIW as a 44% three-point shooter And you can see why. She's been great from out there today. So again, after this one, we're going to take a break for probably about a half hour till the men's game, which is set to tip at 4, but the match is going to be a little bit later than that. That matchup, of course, the Elmhurst men ranked 11th in the country in the D3Hoops.com poll. North Park going to come into that one 2-11 overall, so their men's team has struggled a bit more than their women's team thus far this season. So stay tuned after this contest, as well as the men's one coming up for you about a half hour later. And a big shout out to Dennis Bergen running our control today, the producer. Always got to give a shout out to the crew that makes it happen here. Also down at the table keeping our stats, Tim Calderwood and CJ Galante. CJ, the graduate assistant here at Elmhurst, and Tim Calderwood, the sports information director at Benedictine. As Tim and I both called in to pinch hit today, as Kevin Jude not here today, as a John looking for a Gerke down low, pass out of bounds. Even though I'm no longer an SID, I was a sports information director until this past October. Was over at Illinois Tech, but us SIDs help each other out. It's kind of a bit of a brotherhood, so happy to be here to help out my buddy Kevin. Pass inside, and ball out of bounds off the hands of Shujaheski. That was a nice entry pass by Somerville, but good, better defense right there by the Blue Jays. Jean with it. They look for Gerke inside. Gerke crossover. Picks up her dribble. Nice pass to Jean. Good cut. Backdoor cut right there. Good teamwork. Take a look at this play right there. Catching Somerville napping was Jean. Just ran right behind her. And continues to score in a variety of ways. 68-61. And Cabrera, almost had the steal. Cabrera tried to step in front of Shujaheski there. And she might have had a chance to get a layup there. She would have had a full head of steam. Newsom gets the screen from Johnson. Now she rolls to the basket, gets the ball, kicks it out. Shujaheski for 3. That one's off the mark, but gets her own rebound. No one's there, and the layup is good. Cabrera, who closed out on the shot, had to close out hard, ended up running past Shujaheski, and there was nobody there to box her out. 71-60 now. Cabrera for 3. And that one's good. Big shot by Elena Cabrera from the corner. Elmhurst doesn't want to go away. Still down by 6. And there's been several times here in the second half where North Park's probably felt like they're going to put Elmhurst away for good, and they've just come right back and hit a big shot. Gardner, nice crossover. That pass is stolen. Gerke tips it to Wayrich. Lob pass up to Cabrera. 3-on-1 to Gerke, and it's stolen by Shujaheski. Elmhurst moving a little too fast there, and here comes Johnson now. Johnson step through layup on the break, and that one's good. Big change of events right there. Thought it was going to be a fast break one way, and it turned into a fast break in the other direction. Wayrich. Now Urso. And we got a push foul on the Vikings. Neither team in danger of the bonus yet here in the quarter, as that's just a second team foul on the Vikings, just one for Elmhurst. So you can see the foul right there. It's going to be on Gardner. That's her 4th. So a couple of players here for North Park with 4 fouls with Gardner and Johnson. Somerville has 3. Urso up on the layup, and they're going to get a charging foul called. Newsom got her feet set to take that charge. As you can see right here, Newsom. Yep, that's a good call right there. Outside the circle, had her feet set. Risky decision right there by Newsom, though, as she has 3 fouls of her own. So North Park with it now, 72-64. Closing in on 3 minutes left to go in this ball game. Gardner showing off her handles there. Now Johnson for 2. Hasn't lost that touch. That mid-range is good. It's her first points for a while. Again, she was out with the 4 fouls for a bit. And now Somerville gets the steal. She's got a break. Jean there to contest. She's got a stop shot is missed, and they're going to call Jean for the foul. The Queen John, I should say. That's her 4th. You can see, nice job by John, though, to prevent the easy basket. She picks up her 4th foul, but at this point in the game, you have to prevent baskets. Goff going to check in for Gerke. So Somerville to the line for 2. 2 big free throws here for North Park. Somerville misses the first. Somerville entering today's game had really struggled from the foul line. 40% on the season. But she makes 1 of 2 there. So Elmhurst now has to think about scoring quickly, down 11. Urso, Goff. Now Wayrich. Wayrich reverse layup. That one's missed. John with the rebound. John step through layup, good. Quick timeout, 30-second timeout for Elmhurst. Take a look right here. Steps right through Newsome and Somerville. They get the 2-point basket. How about Queen John, 26 points in this ball game. Yet she came into this one averaging 11.9. Trying to take a look at her overall points on the season here. Check if that's a career high or not. It's got to be pretty close, I would think. I believe that actually is your career high now that I look at it. So Queen John having a career day here today. It's actually the most amount of points an Elmhurst player has had in a game so far this season, her 26. Now back in action. Here we are down 9. Johnson now gives it off to Gardner. 16 seconds left on the shot clock as North Park going to try to run this down as far as they can. Newsome gets it inside to Somerville. Now Garner, shot clock down to 6. Garner still down to 3. Tries to cross up. Step back jumper is missed. Rebound by Wayrich. Here she comes. Blue Jays need a basket. They find Urso. Tough layup is up and good. Good find by Kelly Wayrich. 75-68. North Park with Newsome. Urso applying the full court pressure. And they come to trap. Now Newsome dribbles out of it. Now they go cross court to Gardner. Shot clock down to 9. Gardner loses it, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, it's actually going to be off of Cabrera. It's going to be Vikings ball. Six seconds left on the shot clock here on the inbound. They get it to Newsome. Down to 5. Now down to 3. Layup up and good as Goff slipped and fell on defense there, and it gave Newsome the open lane. Elmhurst comes up quickly with Wayrich. Wayrich on in. Good screen by John as that layup's up and good. 77-70. Minute to go now. Pass up the court to Johnson. Step through. She's tied up. What do we have? We're going to have a foul. They're going to call that on Wayrich. I tell you what, I thought that could have been a jump ball. We'll take a look at the replay. You know, watch the top of the, watch where Wayrich's hands is up here. Yeah, that looks like a jump to me. But regardless, it's going to be a 2-shot foul here for Johnson. First free throw, up and good. And Johnson from the line today, 5 of 9. Made that 6 of 10. And the Vikings actually going to take a timeout here as the lead extends to 9 9-point game, 59.6 seconds left to go. Speaking of close games, we got in our other CCIW contest, the Cardinals of North Central have come all the way back, have a 2-point lead with 8 seconds left over Carroll. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you, let you know when it goes final. And 79-70, 58 seconds left to go here. 59.6, I should say. It's been a fun one here today for sure, regardless of if Elmhurst can pull this one out or not. They have played some very good basketball against one of the better teams in the country in North Park. On the other receiving votes category of the D3 Hoops Top 25 poll, looking to make some ground up in that, and the win over Elmhurst would help them do that, but Elmhurst is giving them everything they can handle today. Wayrich. Now here's Urso to Goff. Now Wayrich. Blue Jays need a shot here pretty quickly. Gerke for 3. That one's missed. Rebound to Goff, though. Goff to Gerke. Gerke drives on in. Goes up for 2 and she's fouled. So that's going to send Becca Gerke to the line. Foul's going to go against Rapp, who comes out of the game as Jujaheski checks in. Gerke with 4 points on the day. It's her first trip to the line. Makes the first. Gerke just the 4th Blue Jay to attempt a free throw in this one. John, Weirich, and Urso are the other 3 who have been to the line, and she makes both. So 7-point game, 44 seconds left. A turnover would be great here for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays cannot get a steal on the press, and she's fouled as Gardner. Goff commits the foul. That's her 3rd. And Johnson to come back into the game for the Blue Jays. And she has 4 fouls, and Goff, Cabrera, Wyrick, Urso, and Gerke all have 3. So pretty much everybody on the floor has 3 except for John, who has 4 as that free throw's missed. Foul check for North Park. You got Johnson and Gardner with 4. Somerville and Newsom with 3. Gardner makes makes 1 of 2, I should say. He's at 80-72. And Elmhurst has to keep playing offense quickly here. Cabrera drives all the way in. Now John with it. John to Cabrera, who's open for 3. Off the glass, does not go in, but Johnson loses it. Now Cabrera has to go behind her, and Somerville picks up after all of that, and she's fouled by Urso. Basketball changed hands there about 5 times. Take a look at the replay. Johnson had it first. Wyrick knocked it away from behind, and then it rolled away again and ended up in the hands of Somerville. Actually, I think that was Goff who initially knocked it away from Johnson. So Somerville here. The Vikings now up by 8 with 20 seconds to go. She misses the first. And again, if you're going to foul somebody on North Park, the percentages tell you Somerville's the person you want to put at the line. And she misses both. Rebound to Cabrera. Here come the Blue Jays. Urso. Weirich loses it, and she's fouled. That's going to be Blue Jay ball out of bounds, and that's just the 4th team foul for the Vikings. And you're the loud cheer of the crowd. That's because Jayla Johnson's exiting the game. If this is going to be it for Johnson, she finishes with 22 points and 10 rebounds. And the official's going to go to the table and ask about something here. Not quite sure what. Yeah, they're going to signal this out of bounds underneath the basket. I thought it was. That was only the 4th team foul. So no double bonus, and it wasn't a shooting foul. Blue Jays. Look at the inbound. Get it in. Now here's Urso. Urso Cabrera for 3. Knocks that one down, makes it a 5-point game, 7 seconds left. And the Vikings coming up the court. Gardner avoids everybody. Can't draw a foul. And then a dribble the clock out. Nice shot by Gardner to dribble out on her own. Bringing us to our final score of 80-75. So the Vikings, who went up against a pesky Blue Jays squad here today, gave them everything they could handle, but North Park earns the win. They move to 11-3 overall, 4-1 in conference play, while the Blue Jays fall to 6-8 overall, 1-4 in conference play. Really quick before we sign off, some of the numbers for you. Individually, you had, for the Blue Jays, Queen John, 26 points, 10 rebounds in just 29 minutes. Kelly Wyrich, 17 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 charges taken in 38 minutes of action. Standouts for the Vikings, you had 22 points from Jayla Johnson to go along with 10 boards. And also in double figures, you had Gardner, Jujahowski, Newsom, and Villison. So those are your key players of the game. And if you're giving out a player of the game, I think it's got to go to Jayla Johnson with the way she played, as she definitely was the deciding factor for the Vikings in this one. But we're going to step aside for now. Coming up next in about a half hour, we have our men's matchup between the Blue Jays and the Vikings. So stick around. We'll be back for that in about 30 minutes. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on the BlueJayTV.com network, brought to you by Sunrise Communications. For Luke Stanzik, Dennis Bergen, and the rest of our crew here, we'll see you in a half hour.